Well, hello, I'm Dr. Julia Royston of BK Royston Publishing, Royal Media and Publishing, and the Book Business Boss Consulting, helping you get your message to the masses, turn your words into wealth, and be a book business boss. So, first off, just right at the top, can you believe it? This is the last day of the month and the end of the first half of the year. I'm just going to let that sink in right there and just let that just soak in. So it's amazing how time just keeps marching on. That means I have either gone live, recorded a video for I don't know, 52 weeks. Half of that is 26. So I've already done 26 in some way, shape, or form. Whether I was home or whether I was on the road, it's already been 26 of these to go. I got 26 more to go. I'm halfway done. I'm halfway finished. If so, just knowing that. So let's make the second half the best half. Let's make the second half the best half. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to do more, or because the second half could be you do less. But let's talk about it. It's taken from Genesis 49 and 19. Jacob gathered his sons around and said, this is kind of what's going to happen to each one of you. And this really reminds me of my father's story of his mother. Right before she died, she gathered all of her children around the bed and basically, well, no, she didn't basically, she prophesied over each one of them. She was a prophet even back then. So speaking ministry is in my blood. I don't have no choice. My dad even says I'm basically the size that his mother was before she was ill. So when I look in the mirror, I know that I'm looking at my dad and I'm looking at the grandmother I never met. I won't meet her till heaven. So, but when he got to Gad, he said, Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last. So, you may have had a struggle. You may have had, it's been a fight and it looks like the other one's winning, or your enemy is winning. It looks like it. But at the end, the second half, because I've seen this happen in games, because y'all know I'm into sports, it's going to overcome at the last. It's going to be a struggle. It's going to be a fight, but you're going to overcome at the last. The second half is going to be the best half. So with that sports thing in mind, sometimes you have to revisit the first half. You got to revisit the first half. Now, I didn't say stay there. I didn't say dwell on it. I didn't say go into depression. Oh, I said revisit. When you visit somewhere, even if you stay a month, you're visiting. This is not where you live. I've been on the road. Me and Brian won the road in 2023, a solid month. And we visited a lot of places. We visited a lot of hotels to sleep in. We visited a lot of book events. Well, we don't live there. We live here in Southern Indiana, happy as a lark. So when you revisit something, you're only striving to get the good out of it, understand the bad that happened, and then hopefully the goal is to be better moving forward. Because how you gonna move forward if you're always living in the past? Okay, so ouch. I know, just move your toes back. So how you gonna move forward? Always living. I said living. Now we're revisiting the first half. We're just saying, okay, what did we get in the first quarter, first month? Maybe you didn't do anything the first month. That's fine. Sometimes people go on holy consecration first month because they don't even know what to do for the year. Now I'm different. This is I'm kind of a 6-month lead. So I'm already in July. I'm going to begin to say, God, what do you want for 2025? Some things I know for 2025, and I'm already doing my research for it. Yeah, I'm different. I'm a different chick. I move at a different pace. I do differently because I got goals. I got places I want to be, and I know I got to do stuff to get there. And so we revisit the first half of the year, the first half of what we've gotten done, because the goal that I had from retirement. Remember, I've been retired 6 years. June 4th, 2024. It was 6 years. Well, I only said I was going to see what I was going to do 3 to 5 years. People who know me. Now I'm already done year 6. So what's the next 4 years going to look like? Because I move in like 5 to 10 year increments. And I always say now, just for those you don't know, you're right. I always quantify if the Lord's will and he hadn't returned. Y'all know me. If you know me for real, that's what I say. So revisit the first half. What did you get done? What you didn't get done? And I've been going through an online challenge for a business venture. Okay. 2 days in, I realized I can't do that right now. I can't do that because my business is in a different place. And the person who was doing the challenge said that everybody's in different spots. So don't compare yourself, because the Bible already told us that's not wise. So you're looking over and I'm looking going, yay, congratulations. But I realized I can't do it that way. And I can't do it at that intensity because I have a different business that does something different. Will I do it? Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. But not right now. I can't do it right now. I'm in too deep on some other things and other priorities and other money and other business ventures and other savings and other investments. And most of it's not investments for money as much as it's investments of my time. So revisit the first half. That's the first thing. And then after you revisit and you look at, you might get a notepad, because I got my notebook, I got my pen handy. I fire up my faith. So some of you this week, it is July 4th, you're going to be firing up the grill. So my suggestion to you, also fire up your faith as you head into the second half. And I fire up my faith just to make sure that I'm getting closer to God's mouth so I can hear what he's saying and getting closer to where he wants me to go. So sometimes it means I got to get closer to him, because what happened in the first half probably might have been good, might have been great, but I want to make sure that my second half is the best half. So I got to fire up my faith. I got to slow my pace. I got to quiet my spirit. I have to fast. I may have to pray harder. I may have to get up earlier. I may have to stay up later. I may have to read my word or meditate in the middle of the day and take a day or two away from the lunch crowd and say, well, I got something to do. Y'all go on. I'm going to stay right here. Because sometimes when they clear out of the office or clear out of their cubicles, you can really think, you can focus. So fire up your faith, whatever that looks like to you. And then for the second half, you may have to set or reset your goals. Have you ever been to a game and then all of a sudden your starter, you see that the starter is on the bench or somebody else has been put in place of the starter? And the commentators usually say that. Well, we're starting back the second half. Halftime is over. We're starting quarter 3, especially if it's a basketball. And we're either back with the starting lineup. They'll say that. Or, oh, okay. So the starter is sitting on the bench. And because sometimes you had to shift some things, you had to move some stuff around. And when they come out, there may be a timeout really quickly, or it may be a replacement of a player really quickly because the other team made an adjustment. Now the other team has to make an adjustment. So sometimes you have to set or reset your goals. You started out one place, you go, yeah, okay, this is starting 5, or this is where we're going to be. And then sometimes you have to set them again or reset them. Reset them means, okay, I gotta do differently, but this is what I'm going to be doing. Or you may have to set some brand new goals and say, well, no, I'm not going to be able to do that. The challenge I was in, I was like, yeah, I could do that no. with all that goes into it and all that I need to plan for it. No, I'm not ready for that. Now there was another project I was working on. It went more than I thought it was gonna go. So therefore, it was in line with my business, in line with goals, and I'm like, oh, okay, here's an immediate outlet. Let's do it. Let's go for it. Sometimes you have to set or reset your goals, and then dig deeper, become laser focused, and then regroup often. Because even if the second half is going to be the best half, sometimes you have to regroup and replan and retweak and stop that and start that, or delete that, fire that, and yeah, regroup often so that you can make the best half, the second half, the best half. Because sometimes people stay too long. They're focused, but they're focused on the wrong thing. Some of them don't want to work harder. Oh, that requires too much work. I don't want to do that. I cannot tell you. I tell people all the time, I said I've published and worked with probably around 300 authors, right? Published 450, running toward 500. It'll be a big deal when I finally get to 500. But I probably could already, if everybody who inquired, everybody who reached out to me, everybody who asked, I probably could already, in 16 years, I could probably have had 600 or 700, 800 authors already. But why? They don't want to do it. They didn't want to do the work. They saw what it took. It wasn't just the money. It was like, I'm not quite ready for that. I'm not quite ready to get involved with that. So we had a book festival in Montgomery in March of 2024. And we had the lady from the business the city come. And it's amazing. We had all these new people and they were interested in writing. By the time she told all the business requirements for having even a side hustle in Alabama, I ain't heard from nobody. I mean, nobody. Nobody inquired. Nobody was like, I told Dr. Nettles, I said, we done scared off the people. They don't even want to be authors anymore. She done told them all the tax requirements and all the, which now they know, but it was still like, they just like, ooh, wait a minute, hold on. I'm not ready to have that in my life yet. So they were laser focused. They wanted to write, but when they figured out what the business requirements were in that state, they were like, pull up. Oh, wait a minute, slow my roll. Now maybe they will next year. Maybe they will at different phases of their life, but sometimes you have to dig deep, and you're not willing to put all of it into it like you should. And and I know people who say all the time, "Oh, Julia, I'm not as serious as you are." Oh, okay, and that's fine. But if you're really serious about what you're doing in your life, you're gonna dig deep. If you're really committed to it, and you're gonna be laser focused, you're gonna realize that I gotta eliminate distractions. Just like I did the last 2 years of working a job. I said, I love all y'all. I ain't got nothing against nobody, but I gotta go, and I got somewhere I'm trying to go. So I won't be eating in the faculty dining room with y'all no more. I'll be in my lab. If y'all need me, that's where to find me. You can call me. I'll check my emails. You can come on by the lab if you need something. But in here, because I got to get stuff done. And then regroup often. I kind of do that on a daily basis just because life happens. A flat tire. Oh, we got to go get the tire fixed. Oh, we got to go check on, somebody. Oh, and that happened. And then regroup often. Definitely have to regroup often. And definitely fire up your faith. Definitely fire up your faith. So making the second half the best half. What you got to do. It's up to you. It's individual affair. It's something that you have to do individually. I can encourage you. I can inspire you. I come on every Sunday morning to motivate you. What I started out doing is not where I am now. I had no idea I'd still be doing this long. But, God knows everything. February 2025, I will have been going live at 9:30 on Facebook and YouTube for 5 years. I only did it because I was on a radio station, then they closed their contract, and then I'm like, okay, but people already know what I've been promoting. Oh, what we gonna do? I wasn't on Envision yet. But I'm like, what are we gonna do in the meantime? Well, we'll just go live. And that's February 2025. It'll be 5 years. If you're consistent, if you dig deep, if you make it a part of your life, it'll be easier. Even people who come new to the radio station, or they're going to do a podcast. I've taught about podcasting, and I'm like, you have to make it a part of your life. You have to find room for it in your schedule. And sometimes you have to set it. Now, me, I'm early riser, so I'm like, I'm going to be at a trade show on Sunday. I better record ahead of time. And I do it. I just sit down and do it because I can. But other people, they may have to say I record on Tuesdays at 7 o'clock after I put the kids to bed and after I washed the dishes and cleaned up the kitchen. That's my time. That's my hour. That's my moment. You may have to do that. But me, I can stop and say, oh, wait a minute. Let me do it now. So dig deep, laser focus, regroup often. And then finally, you got to eventually go for it. My granddaddy said, I'm fitting to, I'm fixing to, I'm going, what? No, you still have to go for it. Make the second half the best half. You'll overcome in the last. You might have some struggles in the first half. Regroup, fire up your faith, ask God, reset your goals, dig deep, laser focus, and regroup often, and then go for it. Make the best half the second half. Make the second half the best half. Why? So you can live your best life. Coming up at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on envision-radio.com, where praise meets talk 24/7. Great music, great programming, and more. Download the free app or where podcasts are heard. Then coming up at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is the Spike Davis and Friends Show. Tune in for laughs, music, and more. Then Tuesdays, the Book Business Boss Show. Tuesdays at 10:30 a.m. Ooh, if you're ready to be a book business boss, of course, the show is on envision-radio.com. The replays are the Book Business Boss podcast.com. If you're ready to be a book business boss, download my free book, free ebook from author to entrepreneur, beabookbusinessboss.com. Today is the final day of the Indiana Black Expo. So be sure and stop by. If you are in the Indianapolis area, I will be at the Indianapolis Convention Center along with other authors in Indianapolis, Indiana at booth 1316. Let's go. Woo! Meet us, join us, beat us, get there. And then the holidays, I'm going to be chilling out and resting up from Indiana Black Expo during the first week. But by July 6th, I'm going to be on the road headed to Mobile, Alabama for the Mega Alabama Educators Conference in Mobile, Alabama at the Mobile Convention Center. Join me there from July 7th through the 12th. I'm super excited to be there again this year. Had a wonderful time last year. All the support from educators, administrators, teachers, nurses, everywhere. So I'm super excited about that. And then coming up on July 16th, we're going to be going live with a panel of ladies. We're going to be talking about Beyond the Book, promotion, events, and business. I am right now going through my, let me show you for those of you vendors and exhibitors want it. I'm going through my proof copy. So for the ladies who asked for it, I'm starting. I'm only on page 6. And I'm going through it. It's been edited, but I've got to go through and do some rewrites But I'm super excited about that too as well. So that's gonna, with any downtime that I have from client work and helping other people, I'm gonna be slowly but surely going through this 215-page book on events. So, beyond the book, promotion events and business, by July 16th, I'll be ready for pre orders for those of you who want to do events and want to do them better. Whether you're a host, promoter, or vendor, exhibitor, I'll be ready for the pre order on July 16th. So, be on the lookout for that. I'm super excited about that. And then July 21st to the 27th, Pentecostal Assemblies of the World Convention in Baltimore, Maryland. I went for one other time. I used to be on staff and everything, but I went in 2019. They got me out for a commissions reunion. It was fantastic. In Cincinnati, I had the time of my life. And but I'm headed as a vendor this time, so I'm coming back home. As a vendor at Baltimore Convention Center. Meet me at Baltimore, Maryland. Me and Brian Royson gonna be eating seafood for a week. Yay! Find us at a restaurant in a harbor. But I'm looking forward to it, being a vendor there at the Baltimore Convention Center from July 21st to 27th. Meet us there. So I'm Dr. Julia Royce, and I'm always excited. I think I was born for this. I was made for this. For all of my information, all my stores, go to JuliaAKRoyston.com. That's JULIA, another A and K ROYSTON.com. And reach out to me. Talkwithroyston.com. You ready to publish your book? You ready to write? You ready to turn your book into a business? You just need to have a conversation. Talkwithroyston.com. That's my calendar. And remember, it is set on the Eastern time zone. So if you're in Central time or Pacific time, keep that in mind. Keep the time change in mind. And I love you all, and praying much for you. This past week, I had 3 clients contact me. One had a child pass away, and then the other 2 are in the hospital, or hopefully will be getting out. And I just want you to know, I take people who come in my space very seriously. I realize there are billions of people on the planet, and um, they could be with somebody else, where published some other way. But if they come to me and make an investment in me, I take it very, very seriously. So I'm requesting prayer for my clients. No names, but just prayer for them. Whoever, just say whoever Julia's talking about. God, and Julia knows too. So it's for business. For me, is beyond money. It is ministry as well. All facets of entrepreneurship and business are not great, but when you meet great people, it is a delight. It's a lot of hard work, but the people that God has brought into my sphere of influence and have invested in me, I make an investment right back at them. So I'm requesting prayer for 3 of my clients, really all of my clients, that they continue to move forward, getting their message to the masses, turn your words into wealth. So, but those 3, I was like, 3 hit me really hard. I'm like, oh God, you want to teach me something? And the enemy still hates me. I'm like Bishop Younger. I hate him too. But we shall overcome. We shall overcome at the last. And I'm believing God for it. And ask that you touch and agree with me for it too as well. You all be blessed and have a great rest of the day. Enjoy your week, and reflect on what your freedom means to you. Be blessed. Bye-bye.